So hello and welcome to the Bay Future Annual Meeting. I'm Eric Tankersley, Chief Financial Officer for Shaheen Development and the 2025 Chairperson for the Bay Future Board of Directors. Can everybody hear me okay? Great. We're so grateful to have you all with us here today. This is a special occasion to celebrate the incredible economic development achievements in Bay County throughout 2024 and to honor the remarkable companies that help make it all possible. Before we begin, I'd like to invite everyone to stand and join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. Today's meeting will highlight the wonderful progress we've made in 2024. We'll also hear about the exciting future ahead. Major investments are continuing to fuel growth, and together, we are all working to make Bay County an even better place to live, work, and play. A special thank you to all of the elected officials who are here with us today. The Bay Future staff and board of directors truly appreciate your ongoing support and partnership. I would like to invite all elected officials to please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your dedication to Bay County. Thank you very much. Bay Future investors, we are humbly grateful for your commitment to our mission and vision. Without you, we could not continue our focused business attraction and retention efforts. Please join me in giving a round of applause to all of our investors as well. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge the incredible members of our board of directors. Please stand, board members. We deeply appreciate your time, tireless efforts, and dedication towards the growth and success of our community. Finally, we would like to recognize the Bay Future board members who are transitioning off our board. Your contributions have been invaluable, and we thank you for your service. Now please turn your attention to the screen and we'll have an opportunity to watch some highlights about the important work Michelle Judd and the Small Business Development Center are doing in Bay County.
We're funded through the United States government with the Small Business Administration, the MEDC or the state of Michigan, and then our local host, Saginaw Valley State University. And so we're able to offer business consulting services at no charge.
You don't have to go it alone. You don't know what you don't know. It's okay to ask questions, and you should. The smartest people know that they need to go and learn from others. It's great to go out and get the advice from people who've been there and can guide you along the way.
The fear that we have around our business sometimes comes from the
things that we don't know. It's what we don't understand. And what I've loved about the SBDC is they've helped me open up my eyes and see things in my business that I didn't clearly understand. And now that I do, it's taken so much of the fear out of how my business is going to function and grow.
I think the SBDC is definitely going to be a part of helping me because I am a new business owner. It's my first time having a business. I don't know a lot of things, and I know that I will be reaching out to them to guide me because I need that guidance.
People who work very passionately at what we do, it's really difficult for us to take a step back and analyze the number side of things. So having Michelle from the SBDC and just that whole network of people to bounce ideas off of, and have somebody that's third party that isn't emotionally tied to the business, be able to look at things objectively and kind of point out your flaws and areas of opportunity and things that you are doing well and what to focus on.
So our growth since 2022 has been in conjunction with the SBDC. I have to credit that partnership as part of that success. As the manager of a small business, it's been helpful to be able to bring whatever issues I'm having and having a conversation about those issues and trying to move forward.
The SBDC really helps you throughout all of it, whether it's guiding you in the right direction, finding a location, finding funding, how to build a business plan, how to get from idea to creation. So wherever you are in the process, they can help you through it.
Don't hesitate. A lot of the times the biggest step is the first step. One of the best things I can recommend to you would be to reach out to your local SBDC and see what resources they can provide.
Now I would like to invite my friend, Megan Saman, to come to the stage and be recognized for an award for her extraordinary contributions to and for the leadership of Bay Future in 2024. Megan. Megan is the president and CEO of the Bay Area Chamber of Commerce and served as our 2024 chairperson for the board of directors. She has done so much. I can't even put into words what she's done for the organization over the last few years. And so, Megan, we thank you for your leadership of Bay Future in 2024.
Thank you. It's up there somewhere. There it is. Oh, yeah. Here, we'll go do this. Let me get my glasses off. Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is so wonderful to see so many great faces in here today. As I stand here, I'm filled with gratitude and appreciation. Serving as the board chair for Bay Future for a second time has been an incredible honor, and I couldn't be any prouder of what we accomplished together. The organization thrives because of the dedication and passion of so many, including all of you in this room, the team at Bay Future, the board, the investors, and those who contribute into investing their dollars, their time, and their talent into our community now, and of course, many years past. Your commitment to driving economic development and creating opportunities is the reason why our community continues to thrive and grow. And I couldn't be prouder to see where we've come in the last year, from hiring a new CEO and bringing on talented staff members who grow the organization and truly invest so much passion into what they do every single day. It's really great to have a front seat and witness it. Over the past year, we've seen remarkable progress. New businesses investing in our community, job creation that strengthens our workforce, and partnerships that continue to shape a brighter future for all of Bay County. None of this happens by chance. It happens because of all of you. As I step aside as chair, I do so with confidence, knowing that Bay Future is in capable hands, knowing that Bay Future will continue to thrive and grow, and it will continue its mission and make a lasting impact for those who live, work, and play in the Bay Area. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this journey and for being part of what makes Bay County great, which is the partnerships and the people and the organizations who are involved in our community. And so with that, I look forward to seeing what we're going to do in this next year. And I invite you to watch the screen as we look at the highlights from 2024 and remember with such great pride of what's happened in our community.
I've been a board member of Bay Future for about 6 years now, and it's been a wonderful experience. The reason I got involved really is because I deeply believe in the importance of economic development to help move a community forward, and nobody does it better than Bay Future.
Bay Future's role is to bring businesses here. If they need a place, a piece of land, maybe an existing building, Bay Future is there to help them. I also think that they're a collaborative partner with not just the city and not just with the county, but all the businesses in Bay City and Bay County.
I mean, it's all about growth and creating jobs and creating new opportunities in our community. That's what Michigan Sugar is all about.
I think the mission of Bay Future is very important. Not only do we have to build a great place to work and a great place for businesses to exist, but we have to build a great place to raise our kids, to play, to have a good community. And I think attracting an economic base via business is paramount to providing a high quality of life.
No community project or initiative happens in a vacuum, and not one person can make it all happen. No one organization can make it all happen. It's organizations like Bay Future that see a need in our community and invest those dollars to really seed those projects or seed those initiatives that allow companies like us, Michigan Sugar, who may not be an expert in that space, but can say, okay, if Bay Future's involved, we know this is going to be a great, well-run project, a great, well-run initiative. We want to be involved in it, and we can support it.
Being the chair of Bay Future is exciting because you get a first row seat to see the amazing work that happens in Bay Future. Many people don't realize the amount of work that goes into working on projects, whether it be an expansion project, an attraction project, and to know the work that the staff is doing in Bay Future and to see that is really exciting to know that there's this team working behind the scenes to ensure Bay County can grow forward.
I like to see the project from start to finish, which actually is very exciting as a board member. So when it gets introduced to us as a board, and then when Jim comes back to us, and the project is complete, and all of a sudden we're doing a tour of the facility. Things like that are really exciting to me. I love seeing that come to fruition.
Delta College has always been a supporter of Bay Future because we see the value in having an organization that is dedicated to economic development. A strong business community makes for a strong community, period. You can't have one without the other.
Now that Bay Future is officially 20 years old and looking at what the next iteration of the organization is, the fact that we have the right team in place and we have goals and strategy that will carry us forward to the next 20 years is going to ensure that the Bay County community will be successful for years to come.
I love being on the board here at Bay Future. We get the first look at potential projects coming down the pipeline and the impact they'll have in our community. That is just so special.
Bay County and Bay City are 100% brighter because of the team at Bay Future and what they do. You need those champions and those advocates to constantly push us forward. That's how we as a community and companies in the community get better every single year.
Bay Future is the best economic development organization in Michigan. Bay County would not be what it is without Bay Future.
That's a fantastic video done by our amazing partners, and I gotta say, it was really neat seeing some of those projects from concept to completion up on the video there, so that was impressive. Thank you, Jim, and thank you, Sarah, for bringing that. It is now my honor to recognize those companies who invest in Bay County in 2024 through business growth projects. We appreciate their capital financial investment, their dedication to our community, and the impact they have on creating new jobs to increase opportunities for all individuals and families throughout the community. Award recipients, when we call your business, please join us on stage to receive your award and have a photo taken. We'll then take a group photo at the photo wall, and so please hold your applause to the end. All right, MDL companies. Progressive Mechanical. And finally, the Times Properties. Please join me in celebrating these companies and their investments into Bay County. We're excited to announce the introduction of a new award that celebrates the incredible efforts of our community partners and stakeholders, those who are working tirelessly every day to help propel Bay County forward. This year, we're honored to present this award to the Bay County Road Commission and the Bay County Department of Water and Sewer. Joining us today to accept these awards on behalf of their teams are Jim Lillo and Ryan Goebel. And we invite you to take a moment to look through your program, where you'll find amazing highlights of the outstanding work these organizations are doing behind the scenes to keep our community thriving every day. And I've had the pleasure of working with Jim for the last 20 years, and I echo, he has been an incredible partner. It's now my pleasure to turn things over to Todd Gregory, President and CEO of First State Bank and the Chair-elect of the Bay Future Board of Directors.
Thank you, Megan. Good afternoon, everyone. Come on, we can do better than that.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. All right, I think I can do this without glasses. All right. So, it is now my honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Chuck Donaldson. And I'll tell you a little bit about Chuck. Chuck is a managing director for the Regional Development Department at the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. He oversees a field team comprised of community and business development professionals covering the Prosperity Regions 3, 5, and 6, which is generally located on the east side of the state, running from Mackinac City down to Port Huron. In his role as managing director, Chuck works to build local capacity and advance development projects using a variety of economic development tools. Chuck joined the MEDC Community Development Community Assistance Team in March of 2017, and prior to that, he was part of the Community Development Block Grant Team at the MEDC. Chuck has a background in community planning, transportation planning, environmental studies, and economic development. Chuck was born in the Metro Detroit area, but left Michigan to go to college in California to study natural resource management at Cal Poly State University at San Luis Obispo. Go Mustangs. We all knew that, right? A little known fact about Chuck is that during his summers in college, he was a National Park Service park ranger at Devil's Postpile National Monument and Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park in California. In his spare time, sticking with the outdoors, he enjoys hobbies like hunting, fishing, snowboarding, and hiking with his dogs. Of course, hiking with your dogs, right? Let's give a warm welcome to Chuck.
Hey, thanks so much. Thank you, Jim, and the team for inviting me here today. It's always a pleasure to get back to Bay City. I've been to a number of events in this space, and it's really great, and love coming here. Also, want to give. I was blown away by the video that the team produced, highlighting a lot of the whys behind economic development. I felt like they did half my work for me. So, Jim, I want to give you, kudos to you and your team. That was an amazing video. I also want to quickly introduce a couple of my colleagues, Joe Frost and Brenda Flory. If you guys could please stand. So these guys are your boots on the ground, your team in the field. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to them. So I'm going to get started. Really, I think it was a few years ago we started with the new Make It in Michigan campaign that's really focused on people, projects, and places. And it's always, I feel the need to kind of drill that down into what that means. So from a people standpoint, it really is about educating talent, bringing up and fostering the middle class, providing livable wages. When it comes to things like projects, right, that's probably what this room is most familiar with, winning those large economic development projects that are bringing jobs, private investment, and prosperity into a region. And then we've got place. And some of that was really what was talked about previously about the importance of, frankly, loving where you live, making sure that your community has those amenities to be able to sell your community to businesses and talent. It's kind of along the same lines. So again, we've had some changes in some of our strategic direction over the last few years. One of the things that really stands out to me is really the focus on small business. You saw from the video from Michelle Judd about the importance of small business, how really those small business are frankly a lot of the engine that drives our economy. And so we don't want to forget about those. And the story I like to tell is that, before COVID, we had one person at the MEDC that was working in small business. Now we've got a whole team. Right, we've recognized the need to change our strategic focus, come up with those programs. And so a lot of the dollars that was talked about that the SBDC uses, we help fund them. There's also some small business support hubs that have been propped up to help provide capacity and also grants to help out these small businesses that we recognize are such an important part of the community. And so hopefully this looks familiar. Again, this is kind of a bit of a repackaging of the, business needs talent, which is, business needs people. The talent needs place. They need to love where they live, and place needs business. All of those things really go hand in hand. When I talk about economic development, I talk about it being a team sport and an ecosystem with a number of players. And so there really is, it's not just one entity or another, and we don't compete. Really, it is trying to help service communities, help serve our partners and our customers, help to grow business, help to expand opportunities for folks. A lot of us are really doing the same thing, frankly, in the same space. And so, again, I really look at it like a team sport and really want to encourage folks to sort of adopt some of that as a philosophy. It really is about how can we all grow together. So projects. That's probably been one of the main focuses that we've had over the last few years is winning those key important projects that are going to be bringing those large investments and those large job creators into Michigan. But it's also the smaller projects, the housing deals, those things that are going to be important to help move a local economy forward. So don't want to lose sight of those, but definitely our focus is on winning those key important projects. There's been some very cool successes that I'm going to be referencing later in the program in this area. So those are the types of things I think we just want to make sure that we're keeping front of mind. The projects are important, but they come in all different shapes and sizes. So we talked about some of the key programs supporting these projects. And they go from, again, their size for every different project. We've got our Michigan Business Development Program that is probably one of our premier and flagship programs that we use to incent new businesses or attract new businesses to the region or the state. But then we also have our Match on Main program. that helps provide $25,000 to small businesses. I believe you saw Michigan Cream and Sugar up there. They were one of the recipients of that program. I know Bay City has utilized the program a number of times, and it's been very successful. So again, we try to scale our programs so that, again, they're big enough to attract, Amazon, but also small enough to assist companies like Michigan Cream and Sugar. Oh, and if you have questions on business development programs, see Brenda. People, so I'm probably going to spend the least amount of time on this area, but this is really, we've added a talent attraction team at the MEDC. They're really focused. One of the things I wanted to highlight as far as, our program surrounding people is we're working with some great partners like Delta College that set up a program to help develop the talent pipeline for the semiconductor industry. And again, that's one of those key things. I think that there's only a couple of programs in the state that are actually doing that. And so I also want to empower folks to, cool things are happening here, cutting edge things are happening here. So don't feel that you're missing out on maybe what Detroit is doing. You guys are doing good. Keep up the good work. Don't, just keep looking forward. And again, I think that if we can hone in on some of these successes and start to highlight them, I think what they're going to do is help breed more success. So again, I talked about some of the programs supporting people with our talent solutions team. Maybe the only other thing I wanted to highlight on this screen is that we do have some developer resources. So again, if you're somebody who wants to get into development, you've never done a development project before, we do have some, I'll call it, kind of some basic resources that are available on our website. We want to encourage folks to do more development. Again, this being a team sport, Joe Frost and I are not out there swinging hammers and building housing units. We need our development partners, like I see Jenna Costa over there, and other folks that are working in this space because it requires this private-public partnership to really get a lot of these complicated deals off the ground. So want to lean into that. If somebody is interested, in starting development, there are some resources, and we're really trying to grow in that space because we recognize that's an area where we don't have enough of those folks out there. So places is an area that I think, for some folks it might be a bit nebulous. I think Jim asked me to do a little bit of focus on some of these things and maybe even answer some of the questions about why this is important. So we discussed about really the need of, I look at place as a way to attract talent. I think it's also important, as a human being to love where you live. So all of these things are kind of impactful to me. We've also talked about, we need housing. And so people need not only places to live, but places to play. And so I always look at, communities are an ecosystem, and it has to have all the different pieces. Now, every community can set up, the size of the resources, what they have, what they don't have, but it's important to at least focus on making sure that you have some of those amenities in your community because it's important selling factors that we use when attracting businesses and talent and attracting new folks into your community. So again, I'm listing out some of the key programs that we have here. I've got another slide coming up on a revitalization and placemaking program. We do have some technical assistance programs that we work with a number of communities on, specifically our redevelopment ready communities and also our Michigan Main Street program. I'm also going to be highlighting our public spaces, community places program in a little bit. So our revitalization and placemaking program has become our flagship program for real estate development. Again, we were allocated $100 million from the legislature during this last fiscal year that we used to implement projects. I'm going to go over some of the metrics on things like that in a little bit. But one, it's important, I want to thank our legislators for helping support us with these programs. Without their support and without their funding, we wouldn't be able to implement these catalytic projects across the region. Going to go into a little bit more of some of the why behind it. So I always like to use the expression, we don't want to go into your backyard and build a deck without you knowing about it. So one of the key things that we do prioritize is making sure that any development that we're going to try to incent is consistent with your master plan, your zoning, the community wishes, and we even oftentimes ask communities to have some skin in the game, some type of local support for the project, whether it's a tax abatement, whether it's facade grants, funding, all of those things are little bit more flexible. But the important piece is we want to do things that help align with what that local vision it really is for the community. Regarding place, we operate in a space that's typically within our traditional downtowns. We're not doing necessarily greenfield development and stuff like that. So we typically are trying to add density, add stories, add housing to the downtown to help make it more vibrant, help provide housing for somebody who's living in that downtown to then be able to, spend their money at the businesses that are also located in the downtown. That's all part of that ecosystem. So where we do those investments is also one of those key factors. And then as far as like the economic and financial considerations, because we are using, your tax dollars at work, we want to make sure that every project has a demonstrated financial need. We don't give away the money. It definitely has to be demonstrated, reiterated the why behind the project. But these are some of the main factors that we use when we're vetting our place projects. I'm going to kind of gloss over this a bit. So again, it's just some numbers to help show some success of the program. Again, some of the key things that really are highlighted to me. One is that we've done projects in all 83 counties in the state, and that the private investment, which is the dollars that are invested in those projects that are not the state dollars, 1.2 billion. And again, typically for the dollars that we spend, we're getting those dollars matched by private investment by factors of like 3 and 4. So some of the fun stuff. I wanted to highlight a couple of the projects that we helped incent in the region that were really cool. HL Mechatronics is one of the first ones I want to mention. Really cool investment. We provided close to $500,000 business development program grant to them. My understanding is that they're still under construction, I believe. But again, super exciting development, creating 43 jobs with a capital investment estimated at $8.5 million. I mean, those are cool numbers. My understanding is that we were competing with states like Alabama. We were able to win that deal. Again, that's one of those key projects that I think really is catalytic for this area, for this industry. And again, the hope is that it helps grow this ecosystem of these semiconductor and advanced manufacturing industries so that, again, we're able to develop this talent pipeline through Delta College, and we're able to attract more companies like that that are working in similar space. Mersen. So that's another, really exciting project. They received $1 million in business development program with an estimated job creation of 115 jobs with a close to $81.2 million in capital investment. Again, this one, my understanding, is still in process. But again, a super exciting project. We're really happy to have it happen. And my understanding is that, let me make sure I get this right. Leader in advanced materials for high-tech industries. Not sure if I know what all that means, but it sounds really cool. Again, see Brenda for details. The Legacy Project. So this was actually a really cool project, and one of the ones that I was a part of with Jen, and really. It helped, for me, it's one of those projects that if you knew what the property looked like before we did the investment, it was catalytic. It had this ugly cheese grater all on the side, and the fact that we were able to historically rehab the building, bring it back into active use, provide an awesome first floor tenant along with 26 residential apartments. That's the stuff that we love to do all day long. If anybody else has projects like that, see Joe. And again, I wish, and I need to do a better job of it, the before and after of the building is a night and day. And again, it's one of those things, if you live in the downtown, you're going to turn and notice something is new. And it's those types of investment that lead to additional investment. And it's a secret, but not a secret, that's really the special sauce to our tools, is they're not meant to fix the world, but what they're meant to do is do these catalytic investments that, again, are going to lead to other investments. And that is going to lead to hopefully other investments. And again, what we're doing is growing the economy like that. So that's really what the tool is for, and that's how it's used. The other project, it's one of Joe Frost's, really cool, the North Peak Brewing down in Bay City. Fun fact, I think, Joe, were you married there? Or were you?
Our reception was there.
Wedding reception was there. So it was a bit of a, coming full circle with it where, as a professional, you actually get to work on a property that, you utilize in your private life. So really cool to be able to do things right in your hometown to help make that change for the better and to be able to drive by it every day. That's just one of the fun aspects of the job. So probably one of my favorite programs, and if you remember one thing from this presentation, please remember Public Spaces, Community Places, and the Patronicity website. So this program is a crowdfunding program where the state matches dollar for dollar up to $50,000 typically, or even up to $75,000 if you use things like universal design in your concepts, where we're able to do these lighter, cheaper, quicker type projects. Again, activating space, creating these fun amenities in your downtown. Things like pocket parks, things like dog parks. One of my favorite stories is this. We did a dog park in Lapeer, and it was a fancy one. It was kind of cool where it had a section for little dogs and a section for big dogs. And one of the companies that was located there ended up adopting that project as their signature project. And so they go out there, this is a company, and so they'll do routine maintenance on it, they'll take care of it, they've invested in it. And what that does, it's like a secret sauce again. Like they've invested in that space over time, they care about it. The companies find great value in being a part of a company that invests in things like dog parks. So again, you could pick your issue. Another great one that's local is the Midland, what is it, the Midland Commons, the Miracle Field up in Midland. Great, it's a athletic field for youth that is disabled, so they're able to have baseball and things like that. And there's been a couple of them that have popped up throughout the state. The woman in Midland is a miracle worker. She's actually helped assist a couple of the other projects throughout the state. And again, all this was made possible through local donations from the general public matched by the state. So as local communities are the beneficiaries of these assets, they're generally not the ones who are putting in the capital dollars. They may be responsible for the maintenance or it gets included into their normal park plans, but it's such a great program to help activate space, to help bring community together. Oftentimes, like right, you're in one of those communities that can't agree on anything, you can likely find 10 people who can agree on a dog park or a veterans memorial or some children playground space or again a miracle field for disadvantaged or disabled use. So again, love this program. It's fully funded. Highly recommend that everybody takes advantage of it if you can. And wouldn't be complete without, I'll call it a bit of a victory lap. These are some numbers that were created. I believe they go back to 2020, looking at some of the work that we've done under the Make It in Michigan campaign and some of the successes that we've had. Really what it does is help justify some of the work that we're doing, help demonstrate to you about let's say that you should feel good about your tax dollars being spent. Again, I don't have it's going to be hard for me to read it, but I think it's out of every dollar spent, $4.17 is coming back, or $4. Again, that's a good return on investment. That means that the work that we're doing is resulting in continued investment. Again, to grow that environment, to grow our economy, to increase the number of housing units in communities, to help increase small businesses. All of these are factors that have increased through some of these programs. And that's it.
Thank you, Chuck. Very lucky to have you here today. Appreciate your time. Thank you again. Next, I would like to introduce our president and CEO, Jim has been on the job, was promoted to the role just over a year ago, and I really have to say that he's done an absolutely phenomenal job, really wearing the mission statement of Bay Future on his sleeve. So, Jim?
Thank you very much, Eric, and thank you again, Chuck. We truly appreciate your valuable insights, your time, and the partnership you've built with all of us here in Bay County. And I do want to echo your sentiment. I'm very grateful to Joe and Brenda for being just superior partners in Region 5, and I know my Saginaw colleagues and other colleagues in the area would echo the sentiment that we truly believe we have the best team. So thank you, Brenda and Joe. It's my absolute pleasure to take this moment to formally recognize and express Bay Future's deep gratitude to each and every Bay Future investor. Your support makes the work we do possible. Without the dedication of our private sector businesses, our public sector municipalities, our labor partners, and resource allies, Bay Future would not have the tools or the momentum to fulfill our mission of advancing economic development strategies. These strategies are vital for ensuring business retention, fostering growth, and attracting new industries that create quality jobs for all of our residents. On behalf of the Bay Future Board of Directors, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to our incredible annual meeting sponsors, Great Lakes Bay Michigan Works, Michigan Economic Development Corporation, DTE Energy, Consumers Energy, and Huron and Eastern Railway Company. And a special thank you to ImageWorks for creating the fantastic videos that we've enjoyed this afternoon, 11 Creative for taking all the wonderful photos, and the DoubleTree for putting on another stellar event for us. As we reflect on this past year, 2024 has been a year of truly exciting change, growth, and renewed optimism at Bay Future. We've seen incredible strides in our mission to drive economic progress, and the energy and dedication of our team and community partners has been nothing short of inspiring. Looking ahead to 2025, we're filled with anticipation as we prepare to facilitate several crucial economic development studies across Bay County. These studies will not only help us to identify new opportunities for growth, but will deepen our understanding of the areas that need attention and investment. This work will set a foundation for a brighter and more prosperous future for our community. I'd like to take a moment also to recognize the outstanding contributions of Bay Future's operations manager, Sarah Preem. Sarah's very humble and is probably very upset that I'm doing this. Her tireless efforts and leadership have been integral to our success, and we are incredibly grateful for her commitment and dedication. Her work behind the scenes ensures that everything runs smoothly, like today, and her passion for Bay County is evident in everything she touches. Also, in the coming weeks, please keep your eyes peeled for a press release for a new staff member at Bay Future. Not ready to announce just yet, but keep your eyes peeled for that. We do have a new staff member coming out. As we move forward into 2025, let's continue to collaborate, innovate, and invest in the future of our community. Together, we can create a lasting impact and build a thriving Bay County that future generations will be proud of. With that, I want to thank all of you for being here today, for your continued support for these vital efforts. I hope you found today's meeting insightful and enjoyable, and I wish you a wonderful rest of the week ahead. Thank you, everyone.